Hello and welcome to another unboxing. We are going to look at Moebius's Viper Mark II. This comes with two ships. It's at 1/72nd scale. It's really cool, so let's take a look. Alright, here she is. Battlestar Galactica includes two complete kits. Viper Mark II from Moebius. This is the 1/72nd scale, and it gives you two model kits per box, which is kind of cool. I am itching someone, these are getting pretty pricey. When is this made? This is 2014. Excuse me. This is 2014, and these are even getting up in the prices. These newer versions of the ships from the new series. This is the Mark II. Someone has put a deal on the 1/32nd single ship version of this. I do have a 1/32nd of the original series Viper coming, which I like. That kind of reminds me of my childhood, having an actual toy. These Mark IIs look really cool. The upgrades and the sleekness to them. So, but I do like Moebius kits. I haven't built one yet. Like I said, I want to get working on my USS Franklin from Star Trek Beyond, because man, it's really nicely made, and the instructions. So we'll see how this one is. This I just got in today. Where's my box cutter? So it's still in the plastic. The box is even sealed, which is great. See if we can pop in here and take a look. These should, 1/72nd, so it's going to be like in the Bandai world of all the ships I've made from them. It's a decent size, and I also ordered the Battlestar base for the Cylon base. So that'll look cool with these little ships, but not too big around it. And this is a sleeve style. But pretty much the design on the box is pretty much fairly simple. You got the two ships pointing in. You got the label there. The sides are pretty the same. The back and front are exactly the same. It would be hard to press this, what they consider the top and bottom. But it's probably a small parts kit even for two. And what else have we got in here? Instructions. Alright. There we go. Colonial Fleet Headquarters. Viper Mark II. And there's our decal sheet. Ooh, and that looks really good. Wow. The little details of the emblems on the striping, which is the wings. Wow. That looks really good. Even down to the detail on that badge there. Wherever those go up in the front nose cone. Wow, that is really good. I wonder if these are some display stuff. I like how they made these look like kind of military planes with even the labels and the little arrows, like rescue. It's great. They're pulling into the realism. Oh, and look, and if you want it, that's awesome. If you want to do the red stripes yourself, they give you the emblems to put on and the little dots. Because this panel has two little black dots, which will be too hard to see. These smaller ones here, they have two little black dots, so they have those two little black dots to put on there if you paint your stripes. There must be a stripe of labels. Yep, there's a stripe there that has some writing on it, and there's the writing. And it looks like they give you more than what you need. The red dots, they give you the two, but like the label, there's only two of them, but they give you like three. So I'm not seeing writing on any other stripe. But then there's the four, that yellow, I guess it's like a bird motif or something. Whatever, I can't tell. That's awesome. They even squared it off and it says for painting stripes. That's great. Good job, Moebius. Oh, nice, and you got your then they cut these off, and you can make it your favorite ship for your character. You got Starbuck, you got Apollo, you got Hat, Hot Dog. That's awesome. Hardball. You got the registry numbers for them and the tags that go by the windows, like, you know, the Air Force has, you know, Captain, you know. That's great. Moebius really always, you know, they have stepped it up. I like how that's pretty interesting, how the corner of the pages are cut. You see that? And they're cut off. That's kind of neat. Not sure what that's supposed to be for, but so here it is. I don't know if there's any photo etch for this. I think there is for smaller detail, but most of them, I think the photo etch kits are for the bigger. I've seen some resin thruster ports for like the original Colonial. That looked really nice, especially the intake part, where the old monogram kit comes, or is it monogram, or it might be, comes with them pretty much just straight, each grid on the intake, like the blade, where they have it where it has that kind of twist to it like it's supposed to. That's kind of neat. I'm hoping I can maybe get some from that guy. And I think he has the exhaust ports too, upgrades. That's, you know, that I might do to that original kit just to make it really look nice. But yeah, it's fairly, I mean, here, not a colored, which is fine. It doesn't have to be colored. Like the Star Trek Beyond and Franklin. And I like how that's in a book. But this is fairly well laid out too. You're just bam, bam. And I mean, it definitely helps as small parts count, but still, it's easily laid out. And you got your cockpit, your upper fuselage, your lower fuselage, and your display stand. Which I'll probably put her in the stand. I don't know if I'm going to like these. I have to look to see, especially a small, like the engine parts are. Yeah, I could probably get something in there. Those intakes look pretty good. And again, I'd love to take these out of the bag, but we'll see it more when we build it. But because I know it's hard to see anything with them in the shiny bag, but it's a fairly decent size. Here's your nose front end section, and there's where the engines would start. So, you know, you got a good hand length there. So she's going to be a pretty decent size once you add all this stuff to it. So she's probably going to be, you know, that's perfect. And then that gives you a good idea of the width, and then your wings. And I'm assuming this is a double of each ship. One of these is each ship, yep. Let me see, you know. And I'm going to open one of them. They seem pretty in there. They seem like everything seems to be fucking. The older ones I'm a little worried about doing this because they're already off their sprues even in the bag, I can see. But these seem to be on there pretty good. And this is just a duplicate for the other ship. And then the clear parts are just the stand and the canopies for the cockpit. You got this cool little stand. Kind of has a world grid here. You can see North America, South America, end of, you know, part of Africa. There's Australia. So it's kind of like on it. It's kind of a triangle thing with a front and swoops like that. And then this stand just latches in there like that. So we'll see how I want to go about doing that. So I just leave it clear like that, which would kind of be cool. For a tiny ship like that, just leave it clear. And these I might not, I'm thinking I might not even light. I'm not sure. Let's see what type of photo etches we can get for the cockpit. Because there's the seat area, and there's really not And there's your guy. Look how tiny he is. So there's really all you could do in there is do a backlighting, and I don't know if that's even worth doing a backlighting on. Oh, there's a display. There's your walls. There's a display. Let's see what that display looks like. We could do like one little backlit in there, and then maybe where is that display? There it is. Yeah, would I have to like drill and cut the displays out? I'll have to see how I could even do that, because it's so small. It's like, and then it's very there's a like a button on the back there, probably from the mold. I'd have to grind all that out and then try to cut that square out to make a little display. Unless I can backlight through. I don't know how glowy that plastic is. Actually, not too bad. But it's going to turn it a milky, whatever this color is. It's kind of like an off-white, milky, tannish white. It doesn't really give me that much possibility with light. I'd actually hit it with a color light. It would be better to give it whatever color I want that screen. And is there a decal that goes in there? Yeah, and how's there decals for this? Instrument panel. Oh, here it is. So they're saying 46 and 50 are those little, and I think they're black, so it's like kind of like you can't really backlight or light black. Yeah, so these are going to be non-lighted lit kits. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, those little things are going to be black, so yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Let's see how the engines go together. They just pretty much back on. Like, I could get lights in those. And as far as the cockpit, I could get a light in it, but there's no, it definitely ain't doing the displays, because the displays, the screens are black with the decals they give you. I mean, I guess I could do something different, but why? It's so small, it's going to be hard to do anyway. And I don't think it's going to leave much room at all. Those are the walls, right? Yeah. It's not going to leave you much room at all, even to get light up to kind of shine on him. Because it's got a center area where his legs go through. His legs will block a lot of it. It all depends on how much this sets up too in the model. I think those hook there and there, so maybe I could get something to shine up through to kind of give a little light in there. Because in the show, I don't know, but this is the newer one. In the older version, you always saw, but then they had the lights around their helmets too. So maybe I can get something to shoot up like that to give a little light in the cockpit. Their thruster port colors are blue. I could, oh boy. And the only way to light those, I don't know how they look like from the behind, so I'd have to look at the show to see what the, the nozzle, just, is it just bright blue? I see like little ridges where I could drill some holes in there, but I think we're going to leave these as non-lit, just display, a nice cool build. I've been lighting pretty much everything lately, and sometimes it's nice just to build the ship. It's nice. I mean, I like lighting them because it makes the models have some animation to them, but I think this one, to concentrate on a really nice weathered build of these, would work out fine. But that's pretty much it. Decals are amazing. These little stands are cool. It's just a duplicate of the same ship, as you can see, and a fairly decent size. I mean, there's the palm of my hand, and that's the nose. So that gives you a pretty good idea that she'll, you know, be about the size of your hand, all said and done. Because how's all that nose? How much more sticks out the back? If you connect the, so you got this part snaps in there, kind of almost slides in there, and then you got your wing length. And then the rear end, which is about, yeah, so from the no cone over, you got another, you know, ish. See if you put the wings up to about where that would be. Yeah, so it would be almost about a big. So about the size of my hand. So that's not bad at all. Oh, I can't wait to get working on them. That's nice. But there you have it. Let's get this back in there. And you got a very nice, like of course with Moebius, there's, you know, starting your decal guide. I'm sure hopefully it'll tell you for each ship person what one to use. And here's your paint guide. Oh, and you even got different stickers for on their shoulders for each person. But how do they tell you? That's one thing we got to look up, is how do you know? Okay, Starbuck, what's his registry number? Right here it says Starbuck, and then it's got the 7242 NC. Does it go across that way? Like, were they smart enough to go across? No, they weren't. Because this one says Starbuck here, and then it has the 7. Yeah, so we'll figure out how to. Even watch the show and see if I can catch it. But yeah, that's cool. And I think I'll have these guys flying. I don't think I'm going to put the landing gear on there, but it does have landing gear. So I'm going to have them up under display stand. Or maybe I'll have one on its landing gear and one on its display stand. I don't know, since it gives you 2. Maybe kind of neat to. And, oh, and I even have hatches that open when you do have the displays. That's pretty good. That's a good touch. Yeah, and very nice way to do it. You snap them up. And then you put the gear in, and that gives you the doors. But do you have to, does it give you plates to, is it optional? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Not really saying. Oh, you got 2 different bottoms. That's what's going on. Very cool. You got 2 different bottoms. You got a bottom if you're going to build the ship with the landing gears closed, and then you got the bottom where you're going to use these things here to act as door opens. So I might build one of each. One landed, or about, yeah, even if I just make it look like it's about to land, like it's just taken off. And the other one with its landing gear That's what we'll do. That way we build 2 versions of it. So yeah, you got to choose which bottom you use. Very smart, Moebius. I mean, it still would have been okay if they just made pieces that were closed, that snapped in there. They could have done that too, but that definitely works for me as well. Yeah, so I guess we'll have one like flying and one not. Or it's taking off or coming in for a landing or something. You know, one's already going, and that would look cool. Build one of each. But yeah, let's get these very nice decals. So yeah, so if you're definitely interested and you're a Battlestar Galactica fan, or you're just a sci-fi model kit fan and you like to build cool models, I think this one would definitely be one worth picking up. And like I said, they do have a bigger version of it, just a single ship, the 132nd. Let's see how much I really like this and see if I really want to pay the price that people are asking for the bigger one. I'm about to jump on that deal that guy's offering. But hope if we get these in here, hopefully we can do it without messing with our decals. That's the question. There we go. But I hope you come back when we just start working on the build series. But until then, thanks for watching.